Hey everyone, welcome to Token Topics. The OnXDC live event's the topic of this video. This video is a tribute and dedicated to the first ever XDC conference. We're going to recap on some highlights and dig into some XDC trade information from the UK Parliament on how this plan has been in the making for some time. And we are finally seeing results with new trade laws in place. We are at the precipice of massive utility and a massive change in the way how digital trade is conducted. If you're an XDC fan, you don't want to miss this. Please do subscribe so you can stay up to date. Any investing is risky. I'm also not paid for or sponsored by XinFin, the XDC network, or the XDC community. Let's dive in. Alright DCENT family, I have a special DCENT wallet announcement. DCENT wallet now integrates with Oasis Network, a Web3 gaming blockchain to help boosting the Web3 gaming industry. Oasis already works with Ubisoft, Sega, and other major leaders, and now they are partnered with DCENT. Hold your OAS on a DCENT biometric wallet. Alright XDC fans, I want to show you this excellent clip that was put together from Utility to the Moon, who I highly recommend that you follow. In fact, I'm going to put a link to his Twitter in the description. He puts out incredible information. We're going to hear this clip. We're going to hear Quincy Jones, Andre Casterman, other content creators, people from the XDC community on Twitter. This is truly an exciting event, and how it all came together is awesome. And so I'm going to play this clip so we can feel the energy, the excitement, and what it was like being there.
On XDC Live, and we're going to find out what folks like about the conference. What do you like about the conference?
I like the mixture of people here and the knowledge set. There's some really detailed presentations that really get you thinking. That's my takeaway from the conference.
All right, on the spot, best speaker.
Andre Casterman.
Okay, very cool. I'm here with Mr. Kryptonaire D himself. How you doing today, sir?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. So, what has stood out to you at this conference?
Well, this is my first time seeing everybody in person. I love meeting a name, the Twitter name to the face. You know, I love like meeting everybody, showing everybody's genuine, everybody's real, nobody's like phony. Like everybody's like real people, you know, like real community. Yeah.
That was.
I had a time last night. Like it was fun. I hanged out with friends. It was pretty great, man.
Cool. I'm here with Quincy Jones. How you doing, bud?
What's up?
So, what has your favorite part about the conference been so far?
So it's been super cool coming together with the XDC community and having a chance to like actually interact with like the people I get to see online every day. Especially like not just the personalities, but seeing people like Andre Casterman and John Deaton and all the other XDC Foundation members. It's really cool. One thing that I've sort of been looking forward to and kind of like checked off my list. So there are a lot of different influential people in the XDC, at least XDC business or community or developer community, and I got a chance to see Pramod a professor who works at the network, speak in person. This time now I got a chance to see Andre Casterman in person speak. That was really cool.
I think he's a fan of yours.
Yeah, he's a bit of a fan.
I'm here with Harley.xdc on Twitter. Real quick, favorite part about the conference?
Favorite part about the conference? Just having everybody together. It really starts with community. We have to have the community in place to really build from there. So it's awesome to be here with everybody and just to see the network grow.
Final question, favorite speaker?
Favorite speaker so far? There's been a lot of good speakers. Andre Casterman, John Deaton. There's been some good panels with Quincy, John B.
With Andre Casterman, Mr. Casterman, what was your favorite part of the conference?
So we had John Deaton talking to us about the situation with the SEC. That was a great time because it's so important point. So I was really delighted to meet him in person, and I really also liked all the use case presentations, in particular the one from Prime Numbers, with Arturo representing the new capabilities of Prime Numbers.
I'm with Arturo, CEO and founder of Prime Numbers. And what did you enjoy about the conference?
I think being a speaker 2 times gives to me the opportunity to talk about what Primeamers is doing and also give some knowledge to the attendees about what is DeFi and also what is NFTs and what are the use cases about both things.
Awesome. And did you have a favorite speaker?
I like few panels. I think Quincy did a great job, and Andrew also. Ronnie also did a good job. So I think most of them did a really good job. Maybe there is too much ceiling in some panels, but I like all the panels.
Well, thanks for being here. You were great.
Thank you.
And did you have a favorite speaker or speakers?
Man, John Deaton's enthusiasm just blows me away.
Yeah.
I think being for the people that much, I think that I relate to him the most, and I like that.
Nice.
I think he's probably my favorite for the day.
I like his colorful language too.
Yeah, he's real.
Who am I speaking with?
Hey, it's Nile River.
All right, now River. So, what's been the most standout thing about the conference so far?
Well, just like the network, it's all about the people. So assigning some faces and names, that's been the best part. Now I know who I'm talking to at Telegram.
All right. Last question, and very important. Favorite speaker?
I really like Jake from Digital Ascension Group. I feel like he taught me a lot, taught a lot of us a lot. He started a lot of conversations afterwards. So I think there's a lot more conversations to be had, and looking forward to what everyone else has to say.
Sounds good, thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right, what's the best part about the conference so far?
Meeting everybody here that I've never got to see in person, I think is awesome. Getting hugs.
Cool. And
hi, DeFi John, and the best thing about the conference, as you can see around me now, is meeting everyone here. It's been fantastic meeting everyone, great connections, and next year you all got to turn up.
all right, so I'm here with Lift Capital. What's your favorite part of the conference so far?
Yeah, man, my favorite part I'm really seeing is the fact that we have really good people that's a part of the XDC community. This isn't nothing stuffy. This isn't nothing where it's like nobody understands nothing. Everybody here is on a very good vibe. They want to know that their investment is going where they want it to be. And we're actually around people that are educated, that really know something about this movement. I just got done talking to the blockchain operator for Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Favorite speaker was probably John, because I feel like I love somebody who's like cussing and like somebody who's raw.
Yeah,
I love that.
He is raw.
And that was the best thing about that. Even though it wasn't about XDC, it was about XRP. I still love it.
All love. All right, well, keep up the great content on Twitter, my friend. State your name.
My name's Vice.
All right, Vice. So what's the best part about the event?
So the best part so far has just been the intimacy and getting to talk to all the greats of XDC, XRP, a lot of influencers here, and it's in a setting to where it's real. It's not as formal. There's not I'm loving how small, like it's small but not small, to where I'm actually getting a chance to meet these people, converse, chop it up. Like it's been amazing, in the conference and out of the conference, actually in settings where eating, kick back a few drinks with some of the greats.
All right, I'm here with Trey Nelson. Thanks. We just finished up the event. What stuck out to you?
What I enjoyed the most was a couple things. One, we live in a virtual world, and we've all been DMing each other, and we've been in Telegram groups and Discords. So we finally got to come together live in real person, and I got to shake people's hands and look them in the eyes and give some bro hugs and have some beer. So it's really, really cool to just bring the community together in a real genuine and authentic way. So that was definitely my favorite part of this experience.
All right, who was your favorite speaker?
So you put me on the spot. I don't have a favorite speaker, but what I liked about our event is that while XDC was kind of the glue of the event, we got to get some really unique perspectives from DCENT Wallet, some really unique perspectives from the metaverse at Expector. We had John Deaton talking about regulatory arbitrage. So just the fact that we kind of brought a multi-chain thought process and experience, and we kind of talk about how blockchain is evolving. That's what I enjoyed about all of the speakers.
Uphold CEO praises XDC as top asset of the year at the OnXDC event. Those are some impressive words from a CEO of a top exchange. So at the recent OnXDC live conference event, Uphold CEO Mr. Simon McLaughlin delivered an exciting speech that's creating waves in the Web3 world. The CEO stated XDC is the most important asset we've added this year. This statement has caught the attention of many and is making significant impact in the industry. There's a lot of people, I want to stop right there. They're paying attention. They're listening to what these people are saying. So if somebody from a top exchange is saying that is an asset of the year, their ears are open. Believe me on that. One of the key speakers at the event was Andre Casterman, and Ray Fuentes had the pleasure of speaking with him. This is another one you can follow. I'm going to put the link to his Twitter down below. So he tweets out, former Swift Managing Director Andre Casterman shared his time and expertise at the OnXDC Network live conference. His insights into tokenization of trade finance with the XDC blockchain is absolutely fascinating. Let's go ahead and listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, to my right is Andre Casterman, managing founder of Casterman Advisory. Pulled him out from the OnXDC Network live conference, the inaugural conference. We're here in beautiful Austin, Texas at the Long Center. And it brings me great pleasure to speak with Andre in front of you, because Andre is a man who is not only immersed in the digital asset space, but he is also a man that has worked for Swift. So he sees the evolution of blockchain and distributed ledger technology through a different lens. And so, Andre, first off, thank you for sharing your time with me, sir.
Thank you. Great to have you.
Great to have you, sir. Thank you for joining us all the way from Brussels. So this gentleman flew across the pond to get here, ladies and gentlemen. So this is a very exclusive interview. Andre, curious, sir, understanding your background, curious to know what your perspective and thought is on the future of blockchain, specifically XDC blockchain. What are your thoughts, sir?
So I think I like the commitment since the last 3 years of the XDC community to transaction banking use cases. So working with the financial institutions to add value on the basis of the power of blockchain. Now, we discussed over the last 2 days a series of use cases whereby blockchain adds real value, like indeed the tracking of electronic documents for trade finance. And that's a use case that the policymakers are embracing, and they recognize through their own developments that the blockchain is making a difference as a technical registry of documents. So we are creating basically digital assets out of trade documents representing payment obligations, like bills of exchange, promissory notes mainly, but also logistics transport documents like bills of lading. So blockchain is really making a difference here, and it's only a first use case that we can extend to additional capabilities that blockchain and smart contracts offer.
So it sounds like you're potentially tokenizing trade finance, and as you say, this could be or some of the first initiatives for the blockchain. What do you? Let's take a step back, or let's look at this from a 20,000-foot level. Where do you see the evolution and mainstream adoption of these new digital payment rails? And then let's just say by 2030.
Yeah, more and more assets are taking, or use cases and processes are taking advantage of blockchain. There were some failures over the last few years in trade finance because bankers thought blockchain could replace the internet, could be a new way to implement APIs for just data exchange. And that's just the wrong way to take it. So those initiatives have evaporated. But what I'm doing now with the same banks is getting more value out of blockchain to really do some things we can't do without blockchain. And typically this is using the public blockchain as a technical notary to track the life cycle of original documents. That's one use case. The other use case we're focusing on is around tokenization of trade receivables, whereby we can basically make the access to the illiquid trade asset class far more far more attractive from a cost perspective for institutional and retail investors. So in that case, we are creating security token offerings, so investment products on the blockchain, but basically by using those rails, in addition to the traditional notes issuance process, we are able to make this asset class accessible to retail investors or smaller investors. So I think that's the key of blockchain is to create new markets and connect new investors to illiquid asset classes, and you're working on private equity, and with TradeTech, for instance, we're working on private credit, and it shows that those asset classes are being opened to new investors, because they don't need 100K to start investing. They can sometimes invest as from $1,000 or $100 in some cases.
Very relatable, Andre. Speaking on behalf of Link2, on Link2's platform, investors can invest in private equity for as little as $2,500. So you are hovering right above the target, sir. Prior to Link2, the typical or average investment could be 6 figures or greater, and for someone like me who, I mean, I can't afford a 6-figure investment, especially into only one company. But on Link2's platform, due to these new types of technologies and providing access and democratizing and reduction in risk and friction and potentially removing intermediaries, we're able to boil down these processes, remove some of those unnecessary costs, and provide that access that accredited investors, retail facing, have never had that type of access before. And so I'm picking up what you're putting down, Andre, and I maybe there's an opportunity for TradeTech and potentially Link2 to explore some type of partnership in the future. But for those in the audience here, Andre, I would love for you to maybe leave one last inspiring comment for someone who may be interested in getting in this space but may not know how or may not know where to start. What would you like to leave an audience member that may be interested in participating in these new and emerging payment rails like you just mentioned?
Yeah, I think I would say it in this way. We have to look at the use case. What is the new capability, the new service, the new market we're trying to create? With both the use cases we mentioned on private equity, more accessible to a wider range of investors, or in the case of TradeTech, using private credit and making that more accessible also to many more investors. This is creating a new market, but on existing investment classes. We just opening up the market. Now, blockchain can be also applied to more native Web3 use cases, like completely new markets that we never talked about a few years ago, like carbon offsetting. So, organizations and governments are working on carbon offsetting rules. Regulations are coming. There is a voluntary market. And this is a space that is in big need of transparency, traceability of transactions, DVP, instant payments to buy credits, and to track the life cycle of those credits as well. And this is a typical new market, no legacy infrastructure, some fraud today in the market because it's not sufficiently regulated, but this is coming, and this is where blockchain is absolutely required for the purpose of traceability and extremely low value payments. So there are new Web3 use cases. The metaverse is another one. And I think we're going to see an explosion of ideas in terms of applying blockchain on Web 2, like current use cases like private equity, private credit, but also Web 3 use cases that are completely new markets. So I really invite the community to look at focusing on the ideas, not the technology. The technology is available. Layer 1, the XDC network is there. There are other chains. They continue to evolve. They're becoming highly performant, dependable. But it's all about, for the developers and for us businessmen, looking at the new ideas that are enabling us to use that powerful technology to basically create completely new services.
All right, great interview. He was a busy man, I'm sure. So we can see the power of unlocking potential to hit a broader market, like he was explaining. And also, things that I've talked about on this channel before with all these different chains is that we're going to see new use cases, things that we can't even think of yet. It's pretty wild. Privacy is extremely important in this new digital economy. And there's blockchains out there that claim they have privacy, but they're nothing more than like a side chain. So there's few that actually truly can hold their head up and say that they have true privacy features. And that's the XDC network. This was tweeted out from House of Chimera. So the XDC and the rise of private blockchains, a comprehensive analysis. Before I dive into this, think about there's businesses out there that are going to be conducting business in a new digital economy. They're not going to want their transactions out in the open. There could be competition. They don't want people knowing what they're spending on, what they're purchasing. There could be 100 different reasons, not to mention that average people just like privacy. So it's definitely needed. In the old, blockchain, as far as Bitcoin, everything is in the open. You can see the transactions. But that's not the way we're headed. So controlled participation. Only authorized entities can access, ensuring controlled network activity and smoother operations. Enhanced security. Reduce vulnerability to external threats due to its restricted nature and controlled user base. And here is the kicker, data privacy. So private blockchains, such as the XDC network, a true private blockchain, maintains data confidentiality crucial for businesses wanting to protect proprietary information, just as I stated. Cost effective. Of course, we know that the XDC network is energy efficient. It's cost effective. The speed is incredible. So it's a perfect fit for institutions truly wanting to keep certain information and data private. If you see my latest XDC video, I went over and introduced everybody XDC Trade Network. But this is something that's been in a pipeline for some time. Son of the XDC from XDC Australia, he tweeted out, "The history of Electronic Trade Document Act journey is there for all to see. XDC Network and XDC Trade Network have been early advocates and community builders in the tokenization of trade instruments and SC for a long time. This pivotal document is dated January of 2023. So this has been in the pipeline, and now it's finally getting some notice, and that's pretty awesome. So what this means is XDC is king of trade. So here you have this right here. So there is a post in the UK Parliament website about XDC Trade Network. A PDF file has also been published. You go down here, Son of the XDC, he tweeted out this right here. So read it all for yourself. Let's go ahead and dive in. All right, directly from the UK Parliament, a solution for electronic trade documents bill evidence. So here we have it. This has been in a pipeline for a long time. And guess what is really shaping trade? It's the XDC network. So international trade is ever growing in complexity as every nation seeks to improve their border compliance for imports and facilitate access to export markets for their domestic producers. Multiple or multi-country jurisdiction, multiple standards, reliance on paper trade documents, non-availability of funds for SMEs are some of the cross-border trade challenges. Digitization is a key enabler and can address some of these challenges. Some nations have made significant progress in digitizing trade processes within their borders, such as implementing trade single windows. There remain significant challenges in digitizing cross-border processes. Trade digitization is attempted by a few companies in the past, but they've only added to the problems by creating digital islands, witnessing poor adoption, but we have a lot of learning from these attempts. Any scalable solution to the digitization of cross-border trade must embrace and not conflict with diverse policy-making priorities. We need to create a highly scalable operating model for digitization and trust of cross-border trade based on variable credentials, linked data, and decentralized identifiers. All right, so we need a solution. We know we have to have a solution, so what does the solution use? Use of model law and electronic transferable records, MLETR, to enable the legal use of electronic transferable records both domestically and across borders. The MLETR applies to electronic transferable records that are functionally equivalent to transferable documents or instruments. So skip over here. Solution to be used. Right here. Solution to be developed using XDC network, an EVM-compatible blockchain network built for enterprise-grade applications, which is more efficient and significantly less expensive to use with 2-second block time with finality and up to 2,000 transactions per second with near zero gas fees. Game changer. Right here from the UK Parliament. So this is something that has been in the pipeline for a while, and it's all coming to fruition. It's all coming to be put to use. XDC network is the king of trade. Quincy Jones was one of the stars at the show, and he tweeted out, "It was fun hanging out with the coolest guys in tokenized finance." So next to Quincy Jones, you have Andre Casterman. Next to Andre Casterman to the right is Jake Claver of Digital Ascension Group and Beyond Broke. He was also at the XRP Las Vegas event, and he's becoming well known not only with the XDC community, but already with the XRP community. He has a lot of knowledge in finance and asset management. I'm going to see if I can reach out to that gentleman and get him on a show so he can educate us on what he is all about. And next to him, Fuentes, who is the MC of the entire show, and he did an excellent job. This is a gentleman that was speaking with Andre Casterman, and I would like to end with this clip.